I mean, are they thinking about the short term or the long term? Which one is it? I think that
both. You're thinking about both.
I don't think it can be both, though.
Well, so that's a good point. That's probably been part of the problem the last 2 years, right? You've been thinking about both.
Right.
You're thinking about Stephen Curry's timeline.
Yes.
So is that a short term or is that a long term idea? It's a short term, right? It's short term.
The belief in the organization is, from what we keep hearing from people, is that they think Steph can play into his early 40s.
Right.
I don't know if you can bank on that. I get what LeBron's doing, and I know Steph he's alluded to Tom Brady forever, different sport, different position, doesn't get touched, different. But he references that guy a lot as motivation.
How about this, though? How about this from Chico?
Next year.
How about this from Chico on YouTube? And by the way, all our comments on YouTube brought to you by First NorCal Credit Union. For a low rate auto loan, apply online or just ask for First NorCal Finance. You got the dealer. How about Chico coming in with this? We need to talk about how Cleveland traded Lauri Markkanen for Donovan Mitchell and improved by 20 games.
Wow. That's a great point. Now, does Cleveland's supporting staff around them, player-wise? I mean, they got Jared Allen. Who else they got? They got your guy Max Strus over there. They love them. The Strus is loose. They love that.
Strus. Oh,
you love Max Strus.
He went through some slumps. Oh,
they're also in the East, which is way different. Let's
they are in the East.
Yes, that's
but they improved by 20 games in the East.
Because the East stinks.
But how come they weren't winning with Markkanen?
Because the West is loaded.
I'm saying Markkanen in Cleveland.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Cleveland.
Yes.
They improved by 20 games.
Yes, they did. But again,
what does that say about Markkanen?
It says that they had two bigs in Allen and Markkanen, and it just wasn't working.
Who, Chico corrected himself?
7 games, actually.
7 games? Well, I'm looking at 22 and 50 1 year. 22 and 50. And who was on this roster? So on this roster, 22 and 50.
This is the Cavs, correct?
Cavaliers.
Okay. And this was what? Back when he was there
ago.
he was on there for just a year, right?
One on this roster. Wait, what on this roster? So 7 games. 7 games. That's it's not as drastic. Maybe that's why I fact check. I try to trust Chico.
Well, it's fine. Well, but to your point, they improved. But they're a playoff team. They just won a first-round series against the Magic.
Yeah, they won. They were 44-38 with Markkanen. They trade for Donovan Mitchell, and they make the playoffs.
And let's just keep it a buck right there.
And Markkanen that year, that year with Cleveland, he's 24 years old. He averaged 15 a game, 5.5 rebounds, shot 36% from 3. Now, you had Jared Allen there, averages 16. You had Evan Mobley. Yeah. So there's a logjam there at the forward spot, and the center spot.
Yes.
And you had Darius Garland.
Yes.
So they trade one of their bigs.
They had Sexton then too, right? Yeah,
Sexton was there.
Sexland going.
Sexton was there. Sexton was there.
Garland,
Ricky Rubio was there. Kevin Love was there. Cedi Osman was there. It wasn't a bad Cleveland team.
Cedi Osman's still playing.
Yeah, but they decided to go. They decided to go Evan Mobley and Jared Allen. They valued defense a little bit more than what Markkanen brought to the table.
And let's be honest, just they improved because Donovan Mitchell's just a better player.
He's a better player.
He's just better than Lauri Markkanen.
That
just is. But Lauri Markkanen on this team, I think, fits better than, let's say, a Donovan Mitchell would fit on the Warriors right now, who's undersized. I'm not saying it wouldn't be dynamic. Him and Steph, obviously, they would find some way to make it work. And I get it. That would never happen. But I say all that to say, I do think Lauri Markkanen is getting a little bit shortchanged when you're thinking about the longevity, and the age factor is just massive for me in all this. If I'm getting Lauri Markkanen, I'm at least getting sold on the future as well as the present. If I was going all in on Paul George, I was basically saying I got a couple of years here to figure this thing out, and then it's probably going to not be great.
Why would it change with Markkanen though? Because
he's 27, right?
He's 26. Yeah, he'll be 27, right? So post Steph Curry, you feel comfortable with Markkanen being your franchise guy?
No, but I feel great about him, at least being a piece. I have something to cling on to a little bit going forward. With Paul George, it's all going to be gone. Him, Steph, Clay, they're all gone now. And then I'm left with what? If I traded Kuminga away, am I banking on who? Pajemski? Maybe he was part of that package too. I don't have anything to look forward to. Markkanen's at least a piece. Again, we go back to this, Bonte.
He's 27 years old right now.
He's an asset. That's what I'm looking at.
27 years old right now. Well, I need a game changer, not an asset. I need a game changer. They were trading for Paul George because they believed he was a game changer.
I think a lot of Warriors fans believe,
a game changer?
A lot of Warriors fans believe that Markkanen is a game changer right now.
Right now. But is he really a game changer?
He's an all-star, most improved player.
All right.
I mean, again, I hear you, but also there is a level of fans wanting to look.
No, I'm hearing. I'm here for Markkanen. I think he can space the floor. I think if you have some rip next to Draymond Green, I don't think it's bad at all. But Danny Ainge is a stickler.
Yes.
And he's waiting this out for a reason. And what is too much to give for marketing? What is too much, Warrior fans? 888-957-9570. I want to know what Warrior fans, because there's a lot of people on comments. Lauri fits great with JK. He fits, not Lauri. Lauri Markkanen fits with JK. He fits with Stephen Curry. He's your second best player. Okay, so I ask, what are you willing to give up for Lauri Markkanen right now?
Well, if I'm keeping Kuminga, it's a slam dunk. I was like, okay, wow, I got my future now.
So you got Lauri and JK next to each other. You got to pay both of those guys. Don't forget.
Exactly.
So you're paying
that's why
Steph,
I don't know how that happens.
So now you're paying Steph, Dre, JK, and Markkanen. You're probably going to be back in the tax. Let's keep that in mind.
Oh, you're thinking Steph's not going to take a discount?
Come on.
I thought he was the guy. Come on.
Well, maybe he does. I'm not telling players to take discounts. That's not my business. That ain't my lane. Listen. So you're paying those 4 guys, and you got to build a roster around them, and you got guys on value contracts, so Buddy Hield to Kyle Anderson, and you got Melton on a 1-year deal. What are you willing to give up for Lauri Markkanen if you want him so bad, Warrior fans? 888-957-9570. Let's go to Danker in the city. Danker, what's happening?
What's up, Danker?
Morning, boys. Spadoni, great job filling in.
Thanks, man.
This is the thing. I kind of see Danny Ainge playing some Texas Hold'em. I'm not going to trade a dude who can improve a record this early if I want to have more value with the draft picks I'm receiving from that team, right? So it makes sense that the contract, that the Markkanen situation is written up the way it is at the trade deadline. So then Danny Ainge now can go ahead to his bidders and be like, okay, you're going to have the highest draft picks. I'll trade to you. So then he can then essentially put himself in the best place to get Cooper. So that's just the way I see it, because Danny Ainge, he's gonna suck us dry, whoever it is. So regardless, I see this being the only way we get a deal done for Mr. Lauri is we have to sweeten the deal. We have to give more. So that's just the way I see it.
I'm with you. I think they're gonna have to give more. Now 408 Xfinity Mobile text line said Wiggins in the first, no more than that. Well, I don't think Utah's accepted that.
No. What? Come on.
925, Xfinity Mobile text line. Lauri Markkanen to JK. That's not a bright future.
What?
Wow. 408, another one from the 408. Different 408. Lauri ain't a game changer. 707, first round pick, Moody, Trace, Wiggins. Otherwise, just pick him up next year in free agency.
He's not a game changer in the sense that he's not a number 1 guy, but he could be a game changer on the Golden State Warriors. Just because he's not on the Utah Jazz doesn't mean he can't be on the Golden State Warriors.
No doubt. No,
Steph is
that's valid.
A great teammate. Yeah. I will tell you that now.
No doubt. I was going to say pause to Daker too. I was going to say pause. I almost have to pause what he said. We got to pause everything. I almost paused him. Give me the meat. Yeah, pause. Big pause. Big pause. Is there more to that drop?
Well, there's a whole lot. You want me to play it real quick? I know you love your Steiny drops because it's just...
Are you going to have a little salad? Some beans? Maybe a touch of pasta? Some chicken? Spaghetti? Give me the meat. Give me the meat.
I love how serious he is at the end there, too. Steiny and Guru in less than 2 hours here on 95.7 The Game.
Big pause.
But listen.
No, so Uncle Looney makes a great point on YouTube.
The Warriors fans want the meat right now. That's what they want.
Pause.
They want the meat. That is Markkanen.
Pause.
Be careful. Don't worry.
Uncle Looney, I'd rather give Lauri Markkanen $45 to $50 million than Kuminga $35 to $40 million.
See, I don't know. If I have to pick one, you know me.
That's a difference.
I'm sticking on Kuminga still.
That's a great question right there from Uncle Looney. Now, I may steal that because 202's coming in. I think Xfinity Mobile text line saying Lauri's not a superstar. But he's not who you put your money in to ride the franchise on his back. I'd rather keep Kuminga over Lauri. Then 650 coming in. Trade Dre, get picks, get Lauri.
Trade Draymond?
Trade Draymond.
He's going to work great in Salt Lake City. He'd be flipped so fast.
Salt Lake.
Come on.
Draymond to Salt Lake City would be something else.
The jersey sales would be great.
888-957. Hey. 888-957-9570. Uncle Looney is coming in saying he'd rather pay Markkanen $45 to $50 million than JK, Jonathan Kuminga, $35 to $40. Warrior fans, do you agree with that? Would you rather pay Markkanen $45 to $50 million a season, opposed to pay Jonathan Kuminga 35 to 40 million per season. I love the question.
I can't wait to ask Anthony Slater that in 15 minutes because he's going to, I'm sure, have a great response to that. In this piece that we're reacting to, it's basically insinuating that Warriors are going to wait on Lauri Markkanen, and he's probably going to be there. They're hoping he's going to be there at the trade deadline next year, and they feel like they're going to be at a point where they might be a Lauri Markkanen, or at least a Lauri Markkanen and another piece they can get in the summer away from contending for a title. Because right now, as currently constructed, even within the Warriors, there's people that are saying, yeah, this team is not a championship team right now. Fans think they can get better. Maybe the Warriors feel like they can get better, but they're not a championship team right now. They can wait on Markkanen, but how does that look?
How do you really feel about Markkanen? You believe he's overrated? You believe he's overrated?
What has he won?
That's what I'm saying.
He's not won anything.
We had I'll never forget the conversation we had earlier in the year. Because I did have Markkanen. I was playing him on Prize Picks. So full disclosure, I was watching some Jazz games when I probably shouldn't have been watching some Jazz games. But I had Lauri Markkanen on some Prize Picks and looking at props and just seeing him play against other.
Were you doing points, rebounds, and assists total?
All that stuff.
Okay.
All that stuff. And I was just watching him against other bigs. And I was like, he plays like a guard.
Comes up small. Yeah.
He plays like a guard.
But he's a big guy. He's 7 feet tall.
He is 7 feet. And look, Boston kind of flipped the script with the 5-out offense with Kristaps Porzingis out there on the three-point line, all the spacing that you can get from a Lauri Markkanen. There is a benefit to having him. I'm not calling him a scrub whatsoever.
Well, that's great when you have Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum,
right.
though. That's
it is great.
That's
and
great.
now you have Steph, but who's the other guy?
Like Kristaps won them game one, and that's really all he needed to do. They were golden after that. Hey, that's gravy for us, the Celtics, because we already have Derek White, we have Drew Holiday, we have all these players above him on the depth chart. If Lauri Markkanen and Kristaps Porzingis for the Celtics respectively was the number 2, I don't know if they're winning a title. Probably not. That's the thing. So it's nice to have him as a piece, but as a second best player in a championship team. Now I know what Warriors fans are going to come back with me. They're going to say, well, Andrew Wiggins. What about him? He was the second best player in the championship team. Yeah, but Andrew Wiggins showed his potential of that number 1 overall pick that he was out of Kansas.
He defended his ass off too. Could Markkanen defend at that level?
Against
down
the guys,
against
if
you got Jokic. Think about all the bigs.
There. Yeah,
Wemby. All right, Lively, Gafford,
Anthony Davis,
Şengün in Houston. I haven't even left the state of Texas yet. All right, you got Chet Holmgren, who we haven't talked about, and now you got Hartenstein with OKC coming over from New York Knicks. That's 6. Naz Reid, Karl Anthony Towns, Rudy Gobert's on an offensive threat. Jokic, you still got 8, and who's a double guy. Yeah. Anthony Davis with the Lakers.
Did you mention Wemby?
I mentioned Wemby. I didn't remember. I didn't leave the state of Texas yet. I didn't leave the state of Texas the first 4 bigs. So that's what we're talking about here.
Jesus.
That's what we're talking about. Let's go to KC in San Jose. KC, what's happening?
Hey, Bonte, just quickly, man. All those guys you're naming, most of them were around here in 2022, and who was our center back then? All that being said, I'm trading for Lauri, man. Give the picks, keep Kuminga, trade Draymond, and I said a couple of weeks ago, trade Draymond, just like I said for Clay. Bye, Felicia. Draymond's got to go, man. It's too much negativity around with that guy. We got to rebuild. He's got to go. Steph's the only one that stays.
Well, they've kind of digged themselves in a hole here where they're going to have to keep Draymond because I don't know what his value is elsewhere around the league.
Yeah, there's a lot. This is complete, man. This is our boy Zucci, man. What up, Zucci?
Oh, what's up, Zucci?
On the Xfinity Bubble text line.
He messaged me on Instagram occasionally.
Yeah, Zucci. In the words of Bomani Jones, he's a tall man, not a big man.
That's a good one. Bomani Jones has been on fire lately, too. All of his Drake takes and Kendrick Lamar stuff.
Now, Draymond Green's not getting traded. You need Draymond Green.
No, well, he's not. Well, you need him now. You definitely need him.
You're not trading Draymond
Green. Because if you trade, who's defending? It's not going to be
not trading Draymond
It's not going to be Steph. Like, it's going to be occasionally Kuminga and Wiggins, but come on. Quentin Post?
Lowry's a poor man's Brad Miller, according to the 209, excuse me. It's for the mobile text line. It's conflicting. I'm looking at all these comments. It is literally 50-50 down the line of whether or not people want Lauri Markkanen.
Are you talking about the Miami Heat Brad Miller?
Or the Sacramento King Brad Miller. He was good. He was good. Let's go to Mystic in the City. Mystic, what's happening?
What's up, Mystic?
You're on the roast.
It's a great name.
What's happening, bro? Hey, man, check this out. Lauri Markkanen, he's a decent player. But you know what? Like you guys said, he's not somebody who's going to move. Well, somebody said it's not going to be somebody who moves the needle to a championship. And you don't give up somebody like Kuminga who has potential to be not just a great offensive player, but if you guys have been paying attention, I know Bonte you have, the man can play defense. He's really he's going to be an excellent perimeter defender. Lauri Markkanen, he can't guard anybody. So to me, Lauri Markkanen is Kiki Vandeweghe. A guy who can light it up a little bit when it gets hot, but he's not going to help you on the perimeter. And that's what was killing the Warriors over the last couple of years, perimeter defense. So keep Kuminga, let him blossom into the two-way star that he's going to be, and reap the benefit. Don't trade him for somebody like Lauri Markkanen.
I love that, Mystic. I love it. Strong call. Strong. 888-957-9570. Who you moving forward with? As we talk about a youth movement with the Giants, and the Warriors have their own youth. They have Moody, Kuminga, TJD, Pods. Pods made all-rookie team.
He did.
JK was in a running for most improved player. Should have been. Should have got a lot more votes than he received. Thought he was excellent last season. Moody hasn't got a shot yet. Hasn't got a shot.
Last year, a lot of if you go with DraftKings or FanDuel or whatever, he was in the top 3 for a lot of it. Obviously, Tyrese Maxey was amazing with the Sixers. He probably wasn't going to win, but at least being in the running, I think, is a huge feather in his cap.